How's it going, everyone? Tim here, TGH Adventures. Hope everyone's all well out there. As always, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. So, of course, we have another one here on the bench ready to rock and roll. Today, we have the H.O.G chassis from Team TGH. This is the Class 2/Class 3 version of their chassis. It does here have an angle skid. I believe it was 8 degree angle skid here on their chassis. Of course, Team TGH, does have here the integrated mounts there for the forward motor mount. Plenty of room here for dual servo mount and some adjustability there for the panhard and stuff like that. We have some nice lower profile rear shock tower and again some lower adjustability, and we have shock adjustability here all on the top. And we do have a nice little smaller belly here and everything like that. A little transition. We're going to be putting this together here. Get the kiddo new Class 2 up and running. So we have the H.O.G chassis from Team TGH. We also have the Team TGH dual servo mount there, as well as their forward motor mount and the Creeper T transfer case, which puts out 30% overdrive. And we have the H spacer for the Creeper T as well as we do have the Gspeed adjustable panhard mount that works really good on just about every chassis with the panhard. This is just a really good panhard. And we will be basing his build here off some F10 portals there. He's been doing really good since made the transition for him from straight axles to portal axles. He seemed to do a lot better handling the vehicle, and he doesn't quite get as frustrated like during course if it's a rough course, if he's just hung up because it's low. The portals, he seems to get over the course and obstacles a lot more. Seems very happy with the switch. Done immensely better overall when it comes to comping and stuff like that. And we also have a 3D printed skid here that I'll be using. We also have some nice InTheWorks 80mm big bore shocks all set up for him. And we'll touch base on electronics and everything else as we go through the build. So first up's first, links, chassis, get this thing assembled to a slider status. So let's knock that out real quick. All right, so we are here at a slider status. Got the links, skid, transmission, forward motor mount in. Went ahead and put the motor in just so I can make sure I have clearances and everything like that. And now we're ready to just button up the electronics there. But overall, everything there is just coming together pretty good. Like I said, I wanted to go ahead and get the motor in here just to make sure fitment and everything is good because I decided to stuff one of the Fusion SEs here in the kiddo's truck just for simplicity and stuff like that. I do have it just mounted to the standard forward motor mount positions, but if you see these two slots right here, I can actually I'm going to mess with here in a minute. Just actually maybe move this over and just see how low we can get the motor and everything and go from there. So all I got to do is button up the electronics here. And like I just mentioned, we're going with the Hobbywing Fusion SE motor ESC combo. And then for steering, we have him a G14 servo from 3 Brothers RC. We're also going to throw in the Reefs 300 IS comp spec winch. It just speed-wise and power-wise, it is just right for him. It has just enough speed to be fast, but it's not out of control or anything like that. And then wheels and tires here, we have him some Shift Maverick 1.9s in purple, and we have the jconcepts tusk on there. So let me finish buttoning up the electronics and get the wheels and tires on. All right, there we have it. The Team TGH H.O.G C2 C3 chassis is complete and ready for some action. We got the rest of his electronics all in here wired up, servo in, dialed in, the winch ready to rock and roll. And then back here attached to the Creeper T transfer case is the battery or accessory mount from Brazen Scale RC that is made and attaches to the Creeper T there. Just gives me a nice, simple little battery spot location for the kiddo for now while I get everything else dialed in. Got some bumpers. Just got some bumper tabs here. We just have some carbon fiber bumper tabs, a couple spaces there, but it works. And then extra spare bumper that I had laying around. So I know it's a front bumper, but it'll work in the rear just fine. Not gonna have any problems. And everything else here is looking good. All the links, everything there is looking good. Like I said, I may experiment with the motor here, maybe move it back, slide it down just to, kind of see how low I can get everything. And then of course, wheels, tires, everything there. Overall came out looking pretty good. Definitely excited for his truck here. Now with the H.O.G chassis, I do have a 3D printed skid in here, but it is not necessarily the right skid. They make a stubby bullnose skid for the H.O.G chassis, so I definitely recommend getting that skid if you do pick up this chassis or anything like that. Now, it was an easy fix. I just lined up the front mounting holes, bolted them in there, and then I made and drilled my own hole there. So I do have a little bit hanging back here, just a little bit of rear, but I can just hit that with the grinder real quick and just smooth that out. So it's not going to be a huge deal, but because the chassis space holes here are narrower than normal, I definitely recommend getting that skid plate. I forgot about it when I had everything. I was like, you know what, I can just drill my own hole and we'll call it good. But other than that, everything else here is ready to rock and roll. And then for body, still have his forward hard body here and everything all good. I was able to use the holes that I already had mounted up. Still has his interior and fully pointed out. So he is setting at his 50 points and everything else like that. So it's good when we do our circle comps, but I am getting him just a low profile, low cut, just a Lexan body. No points really, just a nice fun new body on here for him. I'll probably get that in here next weekend. But other than that, and so that is going to wrap up this build video. You know, everything else is pretty good. Just take it out, you know, see if I need to adjust the shocks or anything like that. But other than that, I think it'll be good and ready to rock and roll. And we'll be testing it right off the bat because we do have a local cash comp as part of our series. So have him drive it around for a little bit, just hit some of the normal lines we go to, and then have him run the course and see how it all does. But I think it's going to suit him just fine. And honestly, I'm very happy with the way everything came out. You know, everything there just looks pretty good. He still has nice, good amount of clearances and everything like that. So I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And down in the description below, I'll have the Team Garage Hack website link so you can go take a look at the H.O.G chassis or any of the other chassis that they offer, as well as obviously the transmissions, bumpers, and other wide variety of parts that Team Garage Hack offers to our tiny RC community. As well as that, I'll just have a list of all the basic stuff that I have put into this build. So any comments, questions, anything like that, as always, put them down below. Do my best to get everything answered. So until next time, everyone, have a great one. Crawl on.